Death blow. Death blow. Death blow.
Hello guys, this is Kleb, Michelle,
Cosme.
and this is Death Blow Podcast.
Hello wonderful people, this is me, Dark Girl, and this is Death Blow Podcast. Subscribe, like and share my episodes and click on the bell to be notified with my new videos. Spotify and Apple Podcast for the audio version. Follow me there also. Instagram, Facebook and TikTok for more news. Today I want to talk about a Spanish thrash metal band called Emissary. Their old school metal is fantastic. Right now, stay tuned for the rest of the interview. Hello guys!
Hello. Okay.
Yeah, hello guys, so what's going on? We are today with Emissary band.
Hi, how are you?
Hello everyone.
Hello.
We're Emissary. I'm Michelle, guitar and vocals.
I'm Kleb, the drummer of the band.
Cosme, the new bassist.
He's a new bass player.
Wow.
Yeah, today we're without our fourth member. He has very important stuff, so just trust us on that.
So it's just us three. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's a much pleasure that you are guys here today, and I am so curious about your sound because I found it very incredible. Really, I really like that, and so I would like to dive more into your band. So, why choosing the name Emissary for a band?
Oh, the name. Alright. So, well, because of the themes that we use for the songs, all this cosmic horror, all Lovecraftian themes, at least in some songs. Well, I always saw it as the band being like the spokesperson or like an envoy or from an embassy, could be any entity or something. So in a way, we are the emissaries of
Wow.
this,
Yeah, and what is madness according to Emissary? If you want to define madness.
Madness. Well, I think I'll be quoting that it's the recurrence of the very specific events that is the main part of madness as the whole theme. But if we're looking through the prism of our music, I think Michelle, he's the guy who was doing all the lyrics, and I think we can also see it through his hat of being this person who is coming into the madness, and it's also, you can view the album itself like the whole picture, like from the first till the last song. They are specifically put it all together, so you would hear not only all the pieces and tracks one by one, but you need to view the album as a whole, full piece.
So, Eldritch is the name of the new album under Fetsner Death Records. What does it mean?
Well, it's a very old word to describe something otherworldly, something alien, something unimaginable, but also something completely dreadful and horrible. So it's like an adjective that's used in this kind of stories a lot to describe, Cthulhu and all these entities, Aztec thought, like eldritch horrors, unspeakable horrors from beyond. So
it's
as a collection of particle songs, we thought Eldritch is a great name to describe the whole project.
And then you said about Cthulhu, so even about H.P. Lovecraft and everything related to horror stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
I notice on your lyrics the themes of darkness and feeling so lost. Will you continue even in the future to talk about these important themes, or there is a plan to evolve into new experiments of sound?
Well, we will continue dealing with dark subjects, yes, We haven't really decided on where to take the next album, whether to make like an Eldritch Part 2 or to head into a different direction, but I can assure you it will still be dark. Maybe it won't be cosmic horror, it will be something else, but still dark.
Yeah, I think the first thing that everybody is writing when referring to our band that we're like inspired by Lovecraftian works, but I think there's like much more not to tie us with this specific writer, but just to like take the whole piece of his works and like what do they mean to the band. And on the next album can like take whatever like way that it's gonna take us with our full like enthusiasm towards
Sure.
the music.
Sure, because I mean, we're being described as Lovecraftian, but we only have two songs that deal with Lovecraft actually on this album, and a couple of the others I came up with myself, and a couple of others are from different books and one movie. So maybe in the next album we could like explore the Middle Ages or you know dreams or space or movies or
I think every aspect of our universe like it contains some horrors that we can talk about, so it's
some that we can't speak about as well.
yeah, unimaginable pieces that we will try to put into music. Who knows?
Yeah, right now we're on the cycle of this album, so we haven't really started planning the next one yet. There'll still be a couple of months till we do that.
Yeah, and also our new member, Cosmin. Right now, we're speaking after exactly after the rehearsal that we were having, and we're getting ready to play like our, I think, first concert that we're gonna do. And yeah, after doing only like rehearsing the stuff to prepare to make the show really really nice. We were not even like I think speaking about doing something else. So right now we have our focus like fully on the album and like to perfectionate the sound in live.
Yeah, you have to kick ass, and then let's kick ass live, and then we're gonna work on new songs.
Yeah, and this trash fused with the death is the main influence in this new record. I admit that it's very good material. What can you say more about the recording of this album?
Oh, the recording. Well, the recording actually was a mad rush. It was done in 3 days, 3 days only, and we recorded with lip and the bed tracks, that is the backing tracks, rhythm guitars and drums first. So, and we didn't track it to a click, so it will have this like intense live feel, more emotional, and I think that shows in the album because it's very.
Yeah, it sounds really live because when Michelle texted me at the first place to join the band to start creating together. I think that like it was really really fast. We Michelle had everything in his head, and he was like just briefly explained to me what we need to do in the future. And I think the whole album like it was just like thrown out and recorded and mastered and everything like from the beginning of like our first meeting and until the last day of the day in the studio after the third day of recording. It all took only 1 year
Yeah, pretty much 1 year
of
on the
making.
dot.
Yeah,
November to November, basically. But the recording per se took 3 days, and I think it was 2 days of mixing. But we were at the mixing studio, so I'm not sure. I think it was 2 days. But we got along really well at the studio. We know the engineer, Joma, from Capricorn Studios. We got along great.
You guys come from Spain. Are there many venues that promote thrash and death metal?
Actually, from
Yeah,
the
not.
ones who are here, he's the only one born in this country. Who is from?
I'm from Ukraine, and Michelle is from Argentina. So we have a really
It's a very
big
diverse.
spectrum of people from lots of other places than Spain.
And our guitar player Philip Grace is from Catalonia as well. But yeah, regarding your question, sorry, we got carried out. Um, there are a couple that promote this kind of music. I mean, it's not like it's booming or something like it's a regular trend, but there are a couple places to play, but not as many as we would like, or as you know, crowds would like, I guess.
But from my personal experience, when I came here 2 years ago, uh, like one of the first things I started looking, it was the metal scene in Barcelona, and I was really shocked that there is quite some small groups, but they are really evolved into some I don't know, like big concert companies that are bringing people. And I think if you just look at the percentage of the music that is like popular all around, or just looking at the people who are walking on the street, you can see a lot of metalheads, and I think this is really what also inspired me to continue like doing what I'm doing. And I think for you also, like it's really nice to just know that you're not just sitting in the middle of the fucking desert. And regarding Barcelona, you can see that people are listening to metal, that they're living through this like prism, and it's visible that not only like not only other like kind of inspirations are visible through all the listeners. I got carried away. I got lost. I got lost. So maybe you can take me from here. But I said what I wanted.
Ah, it's alright, it's alright.
Yeah, I wanna hear the other guy. He didn't have the chance to speak.
Please.
So thank you for having us here. My English is not so perfect, so I just
What do you think about the metal scene here? in
no. The
Barcelona?
metal scene here in Barcelona is it's bigger. It's bigger than it seems because I'm a metalhead since 16 years, and since the age of 16, uh, and all the bands, international bands that came here, they also have sold out. So
That's a plus. That's something good.
that's something good for the metal scene, and the underground metal scene. It's more underground, but there are many people that they keep floating. So
Yeah, I like you know underground spots that are not completely legal as well. So concerts will survive as long as people are willing to attend them. Let's say.
What about the source of inspiration to write this material, guys?
Source of inspiration. You mean music-wise?
Yeah, music wise or even lyric wise.
Right. Well, um, music-wise. Well, I always when I come up with a riff or two, I try to think of a name or a setting for them. And once I hear this, I mean, it's like, yeah, I could relate this to this story or to this movie or to something. And then I start thinking about the whole story itself. And I try to write the song as I would be scoring a film. So I try to make the music as cinematic as possible, right? And I have lots of how do you say influences, but I don't purposely try to put them in. Right? I listen to Venom, for example, but I wasn't trying to, you know, make Venom riffs to appease Venom fans. If something sounds like Venom, it's just because of chance. But you know, you're making the song, you're thinking, well, this part sounds a bit spooky. Maybe we should like double it, or we should slow down and then bring it back up. More stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, because I think that like each one of us and even Phil, that's really interesting that we're listening like really different types of metal. Because like me personally, I'm more into black, and mm, I think not even like copying anything, because as you said, like we're not trying to sound like any specific band,
Right.
but subconsciously, like I think everyone from the band is bringing like this
You can't
like
escape
small
your influence.
small spices that are mixing all together, and that's what makes our sound ours.
Nothing to say, the other guy?
I'm new here, see.
Well, he wasn't part of the recording. He's brand new, shiny.
It's from last 2 weekends. I
Ah,
started
okay.
the last 2 weekends. Yes.
Yeah. If your album would be a painting, how would you call it?
Poof,
The Eldritch Scream.
Eldritch Scream. We can work with this. Yeah, Eldritch Scream could be the name.
Many
Agony, but also like the first time I saw our album cover, I was
Yeah,
definitely
I really like it.
yeah, I was mesmerized by it. I was thinking that yes, this is the picture that I would put on the album that would represent the music, because mm, we had some variants about it, but I think from the first second that I saw it, it really just like had a click in me, and yeah, you can refer to this picture. I think this is the artwork that could be like explaining like everything that you wanted to know about your question.
The vocal style is a mix of many thrash and heavy metal voices, because I found it a mix of many artists. Seems a bit of Slayer, Anthrax. What is the source exclusively for the vocal parts?
Oh, well, the source. Well, I hadn't sung in fucking decades, so I really didn't know how it was gonna turn out. We, when we started rehearsing, I started singing again, and at first it was coming out too black metal, and but I didn't want it to be too black metal because the music wouldn't be too black metal. Well, unless you want to consider it, press wave or something. But um, so I didn't want it that distorted. So I purposely tried to make it a bit cleaner and more aggressive, so the words would be more understandable. And actually, I tried to model it after Hatfield, but I think I fucking failed miserably. And
Which makes it good.
Yeah.
and it ended up. I know people have told me it sounds like Chronos and Araya, and whatever. But if people like it, that's alright.
Yeah, as long as people enjoy it, I think whatever sounds are gonna be coming out of you, it's good.
What's gonna come out? It's what is.
About the cover album instead, who designed it?
A guy called Alex Shadrin. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. I hope it's alright. From Nether Temple Design.
It was easy to find the concept for the album about the art.
No, actually, we were looking for it for a long time. Looking at hundreds of pictures, and like I said before, we had some variants, but nothing like we were really sold on. Like something was, hey, that's pretty good, that's okay. But until I saw this one and I saved it, and I showed it to him coming back from a rehearsal. We were on the subway and the metro, and I showed it to him. What do you think? I think this is the cover. And he was like, "Fucking A, man."
Yeah, it was like a punch, like I don't know, like going through the variants and then just like this picture popping out, even from the small screen. But like when you know, you know. So, like seeing it for the first time in my head, it was like, yes, this is like here is gonna be the logo, and like here is gonna be everything else, and everything under this cover is exactly what we wanted to be. Like put it together with this on the front line.
Besides, it was pretty shocking as well because the picture pretty much describes what happens on the opening song, Eternity Bound. It's pretty much what happens in the lyrics, at least to me. So it was very crazy seeing a piece of artwork. It was like it was like I had commissioned it, but it wasn't. So it was meant to be, definitely.
And you define your album as a harrowing journey into the unfathomable void, a sonic odyssey that delves into the heart of cosmic horror. Explain better this sentence and what do you mean with this?
Like, well, I always saw the album as a journey, right? So we start with the song Eternity Bound, which is about a character that wants to, through some kind of ritual, which will take his life, he wants to go beyond to the other side, which he thinks will be in his benefit. He knows he's going to deal with horrors, but he thinks it's going to be for his benefit. Now, that's up to the listener whether it was or not, but the thing is, we will go through this door into the beyond where all these worlds, all these stories will happen. Right? So, song 1 and 2 are the intro to the theme of the album, and then we go into all these different worlds and stories. Everyone, every one of these distinct and dealing with dark things, things that go bump in the night.
What will you change in the metal scene and why?
I was waiting so fucking long for the album to come out because after we got the whole set list of songs all together, and from time to time, like I think every one of us we were showing like the pieces to the people that we talked to, and everybody was saying like, shit, it's not something that you can hear every day from every corner, and lots of people are referring to it of some like vintage sound because lots of modern bands, even if they are like trying to do something like this, for me personally, I think it turns out shitty. And what will change? I think the perception just of people understanding that, like, yes, music like this, it still can be having like these thematics and still sound good, not trying to come out as like I don't know poser material of trying to sound like the first wave or like the early second wave, whatever. Because lots of people are going through like this thoughts of like embracing the raw sound of every instrument. But I don't know, like I don't think we struggled a lot with this. I think it came out so naturally because of I don't know, just happy coincidence. But change, I think we will see what is gonna change when the album is gonna be out, and so soon.
Yeah, well, I think we're gonna kick ass, man, because we don't give a shit. I mean, there are all sorts of music in this album, this band, and I mean, it's excitement. It's back to metal, just being metal. I mean, we can deal with 1,000 subgenres, themes, and the thing is, we're gonna come out headbanging, kicking ass, and that's it. I think the metal scene is lacking a bit. It's just having fun again.
You're totally right, man. You said to be fun, to have fun, and I think that is really important to feel the joy to play, and it's really important that absolutely you said an important thing here.
Thank you.
Yeah, about the arrangements, in my opinion, show a reaction and a murder of fears and pain. Do you agree?
Yeah, yeah, there's a bit of that.
Yeah, why not? Yes.
Fuck yeah, I agree. Do you agree?
I agree. I totally agree.
What's your favorite horror movie that inspired the writing of this album? And try to imagine your music like a sort of horror movie and horror scenes. So how could you dive more into this?
Well, there is a song that is based on a horror movie instead of a horror book in this case, and it's the track called Hobbs End. Hobbs End is a fictional town in a movie called In the Mouth of Madness by John Carpenter. And it's a fucking great movie that deals with whether reality is real or not, which is a pretty recurring theme, I guess, in the album as well. And that's a movie I would recommend. And of course, this kind of theme was present throughout the whole album. So yeah, something like this. Also,
Well, which movies I can put alongside with the themes of the album? I think you can take not only horror movies, but I don't know, something in between, Evil Dead and The Legend. I don't know, having something I don't know, just listening to the album and comparing it to some of the classics. I don't know, it would be just like a single slap to the listener's face, because me personally, I would refer to some of the classics. I don't know, I just have a bit of void in my head right now, so nothing specific is coming out.
I just said it. Another movie called The Void.
That's what I meant. Yes, exactly.
It's a great movie. That's a great movie, The Void. Check it out.
Add something to finish this interview.
Thanks for having us. Well, to the fans, we hope you like the album. We hope you buy it. And there's merchandise on the way. We're having our first shows coming up, and we're booking more for European tour. If you want us in your town, write us an email or tell your promoters, right? And we're ready to.
Yeah, if you're lucky, you're gonna see us really soon.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, guys. It has been a nice pleasure. And remember, school kills artists.
Totally. Cheers.
Yeah, it's been a nice pleasure. Thank you, Emissary. Thank you, guys. It's awesome.
Cheers.
And that's all for this episode of Death Blow Podcast. Subscribe, like and share my episodes and click on the bell. Spotify and Apple Podcast for the audio version, and Instagram, Facebook and TikTok for more updates and news. See you soon, guys.